Γεια σας, σας είμαι ο JohnyThan εδώ και καλώς ήρθατε πίσω στο doki, παιδιά. Συνεχίζουμε εκεί που μείναμε. Ας ελπίσουμε τώρα να δούμε τι θα γίνει με την Yuri και με την Atsuki. Και ελπίζουμε να μην γίνει κάτι κακό ούτε και με αυτές τις δύο και με την Μόνικα επίσης. Γιατί τώρα χάσαμε την Sayuri στο προηγούμενο επεισόδιο, γιατί σκότωσε τον εαυτό της όταν ήταν ένα σκηνή δεμένο στο λαιμό της. Και ξαφνικά γυρίσαμε πάλι από την αρχή. Και τώρα δεν ξέρουμε τι ακριβώς γίνεται. Και ψηφίσαμε πάλι τους ψήφους για το πώς θέλουμε να ήταν το poem μας. Και διαλέξαμε πάλι την Yuri. Οπότε πάμε εκεί που μείναμε. Sorry. I was just passing out. I muted this since I made her uncomfortable now. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. No, but I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it, not for any particular reasons. Okay, just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Ah, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. Ah, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. Ah, I see. There's something very obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very honest and relatable story. Sorry. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Partain of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about its religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped here have this train that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. Lots of blood, so θες να πεις. But the facility gets even worse and they start selective breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them too. Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean, not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of a dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turns came from nowhere. Ah. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, John? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reserved on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of a story, it's the kind of challenge you to look at like from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Γιατί αλλάξανε τα γράμματα? I'm rambling, aren't I? Ναι. Κάτι συμβαίνει τώρα και δεν μου αρέσει. Not again. Κάτι συμβαίνει. Κάτι συμβαίνει με αυτό το παιχνίδι. Sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. when I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body, pile, I kind of forgot to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a library club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yes. Okay, ναι, κάτι δεν πάει καλά και δεν μου αρέσει. I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine. If I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to yours. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading is company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I opened the book and started the prologue. I don't understand what Yuri means about reading at company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhere comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... No, θημαμε πάλι. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this would work, I get, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. No. Yuri takes her left arms and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefingers. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri sides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're humbles even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's if I can feel the wrath of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you okay? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being painful in it if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assumed that she finished the page before me, so I turned it by my own volition. We continued the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb letting go of the page, letting it filter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way the second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Hahaha. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fiddled over since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri put her hands on her chest and to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? John? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Sounds we wait for Yuri. Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Okay, τώρα έχουμε τη Μόνικα, την Asuki. Γιατί η Μόνικα τώρα έφυγε. Όχι, η Yuri. Η Yuri έφυγε. Τώρα έχουμε την Asuki και την Μόνικα. Ας πάμε με την Asuki, γιατί όχι. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I share mine with her first. Ναι, για να πάμε με αυτήν. Well, it's about what I expect from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Nah. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you like it. Nah, για να δούμε. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Το θυμάμαι. Είναι όλα από την αρχή πάλι. Yeah. I told you that you were gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so confident that I won't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing styles won't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really distracting. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a run as the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last time. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you're learning something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I would take that away from her. Και τελευταία είναι η Monica. Hi John. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, John. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of a barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, John. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's just metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easier for me to keep everyone's experiences low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked out anyways. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's fully of imagery and symbolist. Sometimes I feel like Yuri minds is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being integrated like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little struggling like earlier. I think if she gets too difficult, she ends up written and looking for a long time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri. I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who comes to not being very good. Well, that's 'cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Nah. Hole in a wall, but wasn't looking at me. But my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there other in the room? Are the talking or ain't they simply poems of that sheet of paper? The sounds of frantic scaring playing things on my ears. The room began to cringe, closing in on me. The air I breathe dismantles before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. In the room at night, there he's right there. Swallow my fears. I brandish my pen. No. So, what do you think? It's very freedom, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of a style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting an emphasis on the thing timid between words and times. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was impression behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of a paraffin recently. It's been infecting my poems a bit. Apparently. See? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Tidy? Exactly. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark pile of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yuri? Μα μόλις έφυγε Yuri. Τέλος πάντων. As Yuri reads the poems, I notice her eyes light up. Expressional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experiments do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Who that? Oh, wow! No, wow! That's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time at really. Huh. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant you, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoughtful. Yeah. Πήρα και ένα μήνυμα. Από ποιον? Κάποιος είναι ζωντανός στο Twitch. Δεν έχω λέξει για το Twitch. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there's a specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been taught that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in the new writing is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separated from the topic matter, and they front fit the two together. The end result is that both the styles and the experience are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thoughts, it's as if her demeanor totally changed. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and technicals that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit blazed, though. Blazed? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Okay, και αυτό το χαμόγελο. Yuri smiles dimly as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Ναι, κοίτα αυτό το χαμόγελο. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a laughter club? Ναι, υποθέτω. Ghost, my head breath that flow battling, it must be this one. The fact... Δεν μπορώ να το διαβάσω καλά, δεν ξέρω και τι λέει. Ας το διαβάσουμε απλώς έτσι χωρίς να το διαβάσω. Gaskets, hardness, breath, calm, breathing. Δεν ξέρω, απλώς δεν ξέρω τι λέει και συγγνώμη. Τέλος πάντων, κοίταξα κάποιον γιατί... Sorry παιδιά, sorry. Και πόσο το παίζουμε? 29 λεπτά, okay, μια χαρά είναι. I'm sorry, I have such terrible hard writing. Nep, isχύει. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Isχύει. Well, I just don't read script very often. Nah, I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really described. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, John. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being mythical compared to a ghost, literally in her last reminding place of confront, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, John. Me too. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. Η μουσική της το καλό. It's as if everyone is judging me for my metric writing abilities. Even if there's just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is the Life True Club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki, the jingling exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in trend, I watching each of their expressions change. Natsuki eyebrows turn into frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the sympathy or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and John did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anything anytime soon, unless of course I come across something practically inspiring, which I haven't yet. No. And John liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Nah, Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh. I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that John appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't have deliberately go out of my way to make everyone I do over like cutesy. Deliberately. You? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as John started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Talking out your own instructions on others like that? You really act young as you look, Natsuki. What the fuck? Me look who's talking, you wondering, edgy bitch? Edgy? Sorry, that my electrum is too much for someone of your metal age. See? Just saying that proves my point. Στο καλό γίνεται. Most people learn to get over themselves after they grapple middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop hesitating others if yours. You think you can communicate your toxic personality just by dressing up and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. How she carefully on you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let John hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be heard even killed from you after this. Κάτι δεν πάει καλά και δεν μ' άρεσε. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing here. John? She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did it? Πάμε με την Yuri. Γιατί υποθέτω με την Yuri. What the fuck, με την Asuki, τι θέλεις? Τι... Μόνικα, τι στο καλό. Hey John, why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay. Τι στο καλό ήταν αυτό τώρα. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. Ναι, εγώ διάλεξα όμως την Yuri, αυτό δεν είχε συμβεί. Ναι, κάτι δεν πάει καλά τώρα με το παιχνίδι. Θυμάμασταν την προηγούμενη φορά τι έγινε. Διαλέξαμε τη Yuri και έγινε ένας και Natsuki θύμωσε και αυτά γιατί ήμασταν όλοι στο πλευρό της Yuri. Και αυτό τώρα είναι καινούριο. Κάτι δεν πάει καλά τώρα εδώ. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But never mind. I have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Natsuki? She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean Yuri. I didn't mean it, Yuri. Oh, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. John? Please don't hate me. Please? I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. Tsunami. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with John. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice to do. Or choice do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. But κάτι δεν πάει καλά τώρα. 42 λεπτά, και ας προσπαθήσουμε να κάνουμε τώρα την Ατσούκη λίγο χαρούμενη. Μπουπ. Romance. Contamination. Okay. Uncomfortable. Special. Design. Wow, στα αλήθεια θα βρω καλά. Θα τα ξαναβρω καλή. Judgment. Daydream. Θεέ μου, θα κάνω πάλι lipstick. Γιατί όχι. Determination. Ναι. Determination. What the fuck? Τι είναι αυτό? Nope. Δεν θα το πατήσω αυτό, ό,τι και να είναι. Ίσως έπρεπε, δεν ξέρω. Οκ, κοιτάξτε. Κοιτάξτε τι θα κάνω. Forgive. Broken. Peaceful. Death. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entertaining the club room, the usual scenes greets me. Welcome back, John. Hi, Yuri. Λοιπόν, ακούστε τι θα κάνω. Όχι αυτό. Θα το πάμε αυτό εδώ αν είναι. Γιατί θέλω να ξαναγυρίσω εδώ πέρα πάλι και να τα ξαναδιαβάσω έτσι όλα και αυτά. Γιατί θέλω μετά να μάθω τι θα είναι αυτή η επιλογή εκεί. Και ελπίζω να μην τα ξανακάνω πάλι όλα από την αρχή και πρέπει να ξαναγυρίσω πίσω σε αυτό εδώ το σημείο που είμαστε. Hi Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if Yuri expressions, but the way of yesterday equally still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulders looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk, and so strangely Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly Yuri takes my arms and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologize. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less, you know, of you, sorry. I had already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Nah. John? Don't say those kind of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around and... sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man, Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know, it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why were you looking at me like that? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Jeez. Whatever on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But I'll accept your apology anyway, if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear, since I was always afraid you certainly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial though. Hey. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was sadly half Hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time, sorry. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard that since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication. Πόσο τώρα το παίζουμε? 50 λεπτά, οκ, νομίζω πως ήρθε η ώρα να το σταματήσουμε μέχρι εδώ και να το σώσουμε μέχρι εδώ. Λοιπόν, θα το σταματήσουμε μέχρι εδώ το παιχνίδι, παιδιά. Μέχρι στιγμής τα πηγαίνουμε καλά, μπορεί να είμαστε και κοντά στο τέλος, το ελπίζω. Είμαστε και πολύ κοντά στο τέλος τώρα, να μαντέψω δεν ξέρω, ή είμαστε ακόμα μακριά τώρα, ό,τι δείξει. Επίσης κάτι δεν πάει καλά τώρα με το παιχνίδι, γιατί είδατε τώρα τι έγινε με τα γράμματα. Και στο poem που γράφουμε το επόμενο μας ποίημα είδατε τι έγινε. Κάτι δεν πάει καλά τώρα με το παιχνίδι και δεν ξέρω τι είναι. Αλλά τέλος πάντων, θα το μάθουμε την επόμενη φορά όταν το ξαναπαίξουμε. Αν σας άρεσε, μια εγγραφή και ένα like σε αυτό το βίντεο, παιδιά. Και πάντοτε θα σας δω στο επόμενο βίντεο. Γεια σας!